Hello everybody, welcome to Running Down. Today is a special episode where I give you tips about how to climb while climbing a mountain. You can kind of see it behind me, behind the fog, but don't worry, we're going to climb that mountain. So, tip number one, don't be afraid to play the game. Don't be afraid to show up. That's the first thing you need to do. I see so many people that, for example, they want me to take a look at their OPGG, at their situation. And what I see is, season started 2 weeks ago, and you played 7 games. I mean, you gotta play the game to, you gotta show up and put in the effort at the time, because otherwise you can't climb. And another thing is ranked anxiety. Ranked anxiety is a big thing that a lot of people suffer from, especially once they reach the peak, right? So when it comes to ranked anxiety, best advice I can give you is just play the game. And we're gonna see in a bit here. Another tip is going to be about how to structure your schedule, how to actually play the game, so you don't suffer from anxiety because you already have a schedule formed. And also, before we move on to the next tip, I've got a whole mountain to climb. I can nap all day. I'm going to compare the tips I give you about climbing league with tips about running and what I'm doing today. So today it's colder than usual. It was -10 when I woke up. Now it's around -5. No, -7 actually, sorry. So it's even colder than my last few runs. And I just showed up. Shut up. And I just showed up. So it's not perfect. I'm not waiting for the perfect opportunity for the snow to melt. I'm just playing. I'm just running. I like it, I'm gonna do it. Right? So I don't know what the conditions are gonna be when I start climbing. I don't know what's gonna happen. And I think that's part of the fun. Win or loss, it's okay. Alright. Moving on to the second tip. Don't be afraid to experiment. That's something big, because I see so many people looking for that perfect build. You just play a build, that's it. Every game, same build. Cool. Or they wanna play the same rules because they think those rules are correct and that's it. Not changing anything. They play the same champion because that's what they do, and they don't ever experiment anything different. So in my case right now, I'm experimenting. First time ever, I will be using tracking poles, right? So poles for running. I never use them. I don't know if they are good or not, but I decided, let's experiment. And let's experiment while climbing a mountain during snow season. So, is it stupid? I don't know. We'll have to find out. That's about it. Why is there police here? What's happening? Don't tell me the bridge is closed. Let's see. Let's see. Dobra. Right. We're actually gonna get a good look at the bridge now, which is very cool. The snowy bridge, the river. This is not the same river where I run next to. This is a different river. But this river right here merges with the other river. This one is smaller than the other one. That's very cool. And you can already start to see the mountain getting closer and closer. This is all the initial part of the mountain. The whole thing is way taller, above 1,000 meters. I'm not gonna go that far today, but I want to take a look at this. How cool is this? Why would you ever want to live in a big city with views like this in your own city? This makes no sense. So yeah, there's dogs here. Let's see how friendly they are. Maybe I should take my trekking poles out right now, but there's a chance I could drop them in the water. I'm gonna take them out because I actually have a quiver. You probably saw at the start. I have a quiver for my poles, so I'm basically an ADC IRL, which is very funny. So I don't know where the dogs went. Also, I didn't want to run on the bridge. Running on this bridge is not recommended because it's not, you know, it's one of those leaning bridges. It moves around a lot. The dogs left. Okay. So anyway, let's take out the trekking poles from my quiver. All right, and here they are. So I'm supposed to do it like this. All right. They froze a little bit. I mean, no wonder. It do be kind of cold. Let's warm them up a little. I'm supposed to take it like this, like that. Oh, it locked in. And then supposed to same thing with the other one. They are frozen, so it's a bit harder. So I never used them for running before. Then I'm supposed to put my hands through here, like this, and it should be kind of tight around my hands, like this. And yeah, let's opposite foot. Or honestly, I feel like the best technique here is to just go to double work this, right? Two at a time for better grip, better sustain. I don't even know how to call it. So yeah, I do be sliding down. So my shoes are normal ass trail running shoes. So when it's this steep, because it is very steep, right, I'm running down. So this is the cool part. I didn't plan anything for this. I decided to climb. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just experimenting, right? Look at that, I can't even get up this bloody hill. I have to go in the snow to get some grip. And yet, I'm not afraid of failure. I'm not anxious, epic failing right now on the internet in front of other people. And look at that. Guys, I climbed already. Progress has been made. So this hill is very steep, by the way. So but it was maybe stupid to attempt this. But at the same time, it's I really like being here. We're gonna see why. Especially when we reach the top, the views are amazing. So yeah, I'm just experimenting with my sticks. In League, I'm experimenting with runes, experimenting with builds, figuring out what's best. If I feel like my champion doesn't do it right now, last season for example, I feel like Jinx didn't do that good. I feel like I need to change something a little bit to try to learn a new skill or something. And because of that, I started playing Ashe for like 50 games or so. Or was it even 50, maybe 30, I don't even know. And guess what? I learned to be more aggressive. I learned new skills. I learned to find more opportunities to punish the enemies. And because of that, now when I play Jinx, I can actually punish enemies, right? So that experimentation was actually useful. But also, you need to be careful to not self-sabotage, because it's very, very, very easy to self-sabotage when you feel like you're losing, you're not climbing anymore, so you just want to change things around to see what happens, right? You can do that a little bit, but you always got to go back to what you know, to what works, while trying to add new skills. I almost fell down the hill. And yeah, don't be afraid to experiment, but don't overdo it, because you might self-sabotage. Finding that balance is hard, but you know, only through failing can you truly find the balance. So that's cool. And what I realized is that, yeah, I climbing this, but how do I get down? We'll see. Oh, my watch, I'm at the 3rd kilometer already. I ran more than 2 kilometers to get here, right? This is in the other part of the city, not where I live. So, audio prompt in progress. What? Anyway, tip number 3. Consistency and high intensity. Right? So, schedule is what I talked about at the start. You want to form a schedule. You want to play with high intensity. And what does that mean? So, first of all, let me put my hand back. There you go. Good stuff. You need to play with high intensity. Because at the start, I said like people don't show up. They're anxious to start playing the game. Yeah, that's very bad, right? But at the same time, you don't want to overdo it, because I'm seeing people right now, season started 2 weeks ago, and they have like 150, 200 games. Like, what the hell? Honestly, Jesus Christ. So I'm like, also, I think I figured out the technique to climb this. I need to put my poles closer to me and lean a bit harder on them. And looks like I can climb. What? Because I take some of the weight from my shoes. And would you look at that? I'm climbing this steep hill. Oh my god. Now I just need to learn to do it a bit faster. Placing the opposite legs to my sticks when I walk up is hard. And I don't think I need to do that when it's this steep. I just need to double tap the sticks like this. And then just try to climb. Or do it randomly, kind of like this. Just constantly put weight on them. Why is there so many piece marks? There's so much yellow snow. It's kind of crazy. What the hell? If you need to pee, go in the forest. Don't pee next to the freaking path. It might be dogs as well though. There's a bunch of dogs. Although I doubt dogs can climb this, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if they climb this or not. But anyway. So don't spam games. Don't overdo it. Try to be consistent. And I'll give you an example. In my case, right, it's all a bit different than most people because I'm a content creator full-time and a coach full-time, right? So I don't have another job to fill my schedule with. I don't have a wife and kids to fill my schedule with. I don't go to college anymore to fill my schedule with. So for me it's very easy to just adjust my schedule based on, you know, my number one priority, which in this case is just playing League of Legends. So yeah, that's kind of cool. But even if you have a job, you have other things going on in your life, you still need to figure out a way to structure your schedule. I feel like it's very important. In my case, I play 5 hours a day from Monday to Friday. And honestly, that's perfect. I don't need more. Because if I play more, especially towards the 3 to 4 hour mark, I feel like I'm not playing that well anymore. It's very important to know your limits and to not overdo it. Because then you're just going against self-sabotage. Self-sabotaging is like a common trend. If anything, you should never self-sabotage. It's like one of the most important things about climbing a league. Because it's so easy to undo all the progress you did. So try to make a schedule, you know. Also, let's be careful here. I might slip down. I need to put my hands like this, I think, when I go downhill. And I should take my hands off here, just in case I fall, so I don't like hurt myself. I put them in front and support myself, because it's slippery. And it seems to be working really well. But this is a very, very steep area. There's like 2 or 3 very steep areas on this hill. So I need to watch out for this. And I might just shut up and focus. Because, actually I'm not gonna shut up, I'm yapping, I wanna yap. So let's see. Put my poles like this. And yeah, I'm gonna take it slow, right? It actually has to do with league right now. You wanna take it slow and consistent. Don't wanna overdo it. And just take it easy, right? While also putting some effort into it. Do I climb this hill? Steep? No. I could go around. I think that's smarter. But climbing this one is content. Right? I have to do it for the content. Look how steep it is. It's good training. And if I fall, I'm not gonna go in the water. Okay, let's do it. I know it's stupid, but this is kind of safe to do it right now. Because again, it's fine if I fall right now. I'll go in this. Okay, poles closer to me. Poles closer to me. No, that's not close to me. Okay. Oh, yep, I fell. Well, no, I fell on my bum. Okay, well, hey, I experimented. I wanted to see if I can do it. So in the future, when I see that, I'm not going to do it. Right? So it's good. That was good, especially because it was safe to experiment right there. It was safe. I would not do that at the edge of a cliff or next to a river. Because if I get wet right now, it's bad. It's really bad. It's so bad if I get wet right now. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I have to call emergencies. But you know, there's like no risk to get wet right now, so it's fine. But yeah, look at that. I climbed it. Wow. Maybe now you can see how steep it is. I don't know how much you can tell, but yeah, and that was just a small section, right? I was hard stuck for a little bit, but I persevered. Didn't panic, attempted to do things, experiment a little bit, it worked out. Isn't that cool? It's so cool. It's the same in league. So yeah, guys, when it comes to running now, making a schedule for running, you also want to have a schedule to, you know, it runs. You want to run like 3-4 times a week, for example. That's kind of how I do it right now. So which doesn't happen, but generally I like sticking to a schedule to have some consistency and to train my body that around the same time each day I'm supposed to be doing this. Around same day this week I'm supposed to be doing this. And the human body loves consistency. Like, it's just amazing to be consistent, honestly. So definitely give it a try. Cool. And another thing about the consistency and the schedule is the fact that you should also have a day off at least. For me right now, I think I went the wrong path. Yes. Okay. Yes, I'm not supposed to go here. I'm supposed to go up. Okay, let's turn around. Right, so when you climb, you go up and down. Now I went up and now I'm climbing down because that's how it goes. We go up and down. That's climbing, that's life. We don't get tilted, we don't get annoyed. We just continue playing, we do our thing. And yeah, so yeah, also guys, remember you need to take a break. One day a week. Usually it's Saturday right now for me. Saturday I just don't play league at all. I'm not allowing myself to play league at all. No league. And that's very refreshing. It's so good. Because the body also needs to rest. If you don't rest, you're hurting yourself in the long run. Grinding a ton non-stop is very, very bad. So let's see, where do I need to go? There's a marker, right? You see the red and white marker? That's one I need to follow. So, because I've only been here 2 times. Here I went once to see how it goes. I liked it. It was during the summer. And the second time I went here, it was during my first race, my first half marathon. I ran 21 kilometers up this and then back down. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. First 21 kilometers was so good. I did it in barely under 3 hours. I'm so proud of it. And yeah, I had to climb a ton, like 800 meters or something. So yeah, today I'm gonna climb, I think 300. I think it's 300 until I reach the first plateau. And after the plateau, it starts climbing up again. That's how this trail is. So this is where I want to go right now. I want you to see the city from afar, because there's a cool place where you can see the city from afar. That's where I want to take you. Let me climb up this steep part, and then I will talk about the next tip. Just gotta get over this. I don't want to stop in this part because I might just fall if I don't have the sticks planted in the ground. I'm getting the hang of the sticks. It's very cool, honestly. I feel so supported right now, but I also feel my hands. Oh my god, my arms. My arms are working out right now. Like damn. It means I'm doing a good job with the sticks. If I feel like I'm working out. Okay. Oh my god, I almost fell. Let's stop here. Let's see. Next tip. Let me drink some water. Okay. Tip number 4. Don't compare yourself to others. And I put in brackets here. Streamers, in the case of League of Legends, and Strava in the case of running, if you know what Strava is. So, yeah, first of all, start with League of Legends. Always start with League of Legends. You don't want to compare yourself to others. Right now, there's a very toxic thing in the community, the high-low community, for example. I'm talking about like from experience, where if you are master ELO, you are not good at the game. That's what a lot of challenger and GM players say. And that's so toxic, that's so bad. Holy moly, so bad. You see a master player with 50% win rate or 51%. I feel like that's so impressive. You're in the top 1% of players. Like, you're doing amazing, like you should be so proud of yourself. And at the same time, what if you're Emerald? If you're Emerald, you are top 10% of players. You should be proud of yourself, right? So if you just, let's say you're silver, gold, whatever, any division, you can always look above you and see so many people as you're rank 1. It's very discouraging to have to compete with everybody, right? Did I hear a voice? Huh? Oh, I heard dogs. Anyway, don't compare yourself to others like non-stop. You are really only competing with yourself, right? So in league, it was always about my rank. It's always about, this is my level right now. That's not marked. I see the mark up there. Let's follow the mark. It's a bit steep. If I fall, I fall. It is what it is. I should be able to do it. So yeah, don't compare yourself to others. It's you that matters. Your progress from season to season is what matters. And I feel that's very healthy. You kind of treat the game as a single player game. And there's a lot of toxicity, for example, in a game. If you play solo queue and you have teammates, right? Everybody's teammates. Even if some people say you have no teammates. Very often it's easy to look at your teammate that played bad this game and think, I'm better than this guy, I should be higher, and so on and so forth. You know how it is. Everybody was there mentally at one point, including me. I just got over it. And then you stop to realize the fact that if you play with somebody in solo queue, you are the same rank. At this time right now, you are the same rank. So you need to be very careful. It's so easy to get discouraged. And for you to like beat somebody that's the same rank as you, you don't need to say like, hey, I have higher win rate than you. What are you doing, right? Or I'm better than you because of this. Or he's better than me because of that. All you need to say is, at this point, I'm this rank. And at this point, this person is this rank as well. And that's it. Doesn't matter the past, the present, the future. Right now, this is the case. That's your level. And it's okay. It's very important to also accept the fact that you will go up and down divisions. It's so important. Because otherwise you feel like a rank is deserved for you. If you feel like you hit platinum for the first time and new season resets and now you struggle to get platinum a little bit, you start blaming the game because you're platinum and you deserve to be that rank. When in reality, you just need more time to adapt to the new changes before you can actually start climbing again. And that's okay. Momentarily, you're gonna be gold player. That's perfectly okay. It's not a big deal. It's all good. It's not like you compete for money. It's like your job depends on it, right? So yeah. And now let's compare these to running. I don't use Strava. Many runners do use Strava. If you don't know what Strava is, it's an app for your phone where you can upload your runs, how fast you do them, and so on and so forth. It's like a social media. I hate social media. And it's very toxic because you just try to get high scores, beat other people, when you really should just compete with yourself. Try to go for your personal bests. Try to beat your past self. That's the goal. So when I ran during my first race, the first marathon here, it said there was no snow. I'm a new runner. Last year is when I started running. Last year I bought my first pair of shoes, running shoes. So I didn't have expectations for myself. All I wanted is to, let's try to get it under 3 hours. I could probably do it. Let's go. And I did it in 2 hours, 59 minutes, like 30 seconds. So that's cool, right? But guess what? The other runners were all ahead of me. There were 23 runners, I think, in the 21 kilometer race. There were a lot more in the 10 kilometer, right? But I went for the 21 kilometer one because I trained for it. And out of 23 people, I finished 21st. The 22nd guy I surpassed at the end because he was a kid, whatever, he was under 18. And I think at least. And you know, he was skinny and so on. He wasn't super prepared, right? He's just starting his good stuff, right? Props to him, honestly. And then the last place person was an old woman, like 50 plus or 60, you know? And honestly, the fact that all of them, by the way, remember, let's not compare ourselves to others, let's not judge others, because every one of these runners, by the way, ran 21 kilometers. They're already like Masterillo. They're already the top 1%. Tell me how many people in this world can run 21 kilometers? Tell me, in under 4 hours, let's say. Especially uphill, in this region, exactly. Like how many? Like nobody. Like 1% maybe, I don't know the numbers. So all these people are great. And I finished 21st out of 23. And that's cool, because the other runners ahead of me, they finished like more than 30 minutes faster. It's insane how fast they went. Honestly, it's absolutely incredible. So, but there are runners that have experience and so on. And the only thing I wanted to do is finish the race. Because if I finish the race, I get the personal best. And that's cool. That's very cool. I even got a podium. You know why? Because when it comes to podiums and like rankings, when it comes to running, it's based on age groups. So if you are between 20 and 29, 20 and 30, whatever, you're in an age group different than people that are between 30 and 40, right? Just because it's fair. And age is very important when it comes to running. Younger people have an advantage. So I was third in my group out of 3. Right? I was the last in my group, but I still got a prize because I was third in my group on the leaderboards. So I was it was kind of funny, right? It's just kind of whatever, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, just do it in a healthy way. Yeah? Just don't compare yourself constantly, because everybody's in a different point in their journey. Be it running, be it League of Legends, be it anything else, be it their career. And damn, you got some elevation already. It's pretty damn nice. I had a power breakfast this morning. Hopefully editor Tony will be able to show you the breakfast I ate. Hopefully I don't forget. Let's see. Next is know when to stop and to take a break. That's very important, because this is something that affected me. If you've been following me for at least a few months, you know water is good. Yeah, you know water is good, but you know that during December and half of November and early parts of January, before the season started, I took a break from league. Also, I mean, can't I run? Tony, run. This is very runnable. So yeah, I took a break from league. And I don't regret it at all. I think it was very clever. I didn't really enjoy the game that much during those times. There's a dog here. Hopefully he's not gonna come. Yeah, I took a break. And I hope he's trapped inside. I don't want to deal with dogs right now. I really don't. So I took a break because I didn't really enjoy the game that much anymore. I got hyped up for the new season because we saw the new season changes. And I saw the ADC quest and everything. And I saw you get more gold as ADC, you have a 7 item slot, we have new items to play with. Look at that dog. Hello. And because of that, I didn't feel like playing this version of the game when there's a better version coming in like more than a month. So That's very cool. And yeah, I just stopped playing the game. And because I stopped then, now I'm so excited to play. Like, I'm so happy today after I finish climbing this. I'm going back home and I will stream League of Legends solo queue. Like, I'm just so happy. This season is so much fun. I love playing it. But if I didn't take that break, I would be so burnt out. I guarantee you, I would not even start this Run It Down series. I would just not start it. Because I would be just way too burnt out. I would not want to make content because I would be burnt out. Because I didn't do any content for over a month. Exception being coaching at British League and boot camps. I'm fresh. I enjoy the game. I'm making content in a consistent way and I'm having a lot more fun. So don't be afraid to take a break. Because it's so hard when it's so rough when I see people like trying to grind their minds out and they're afraid of taking a break. And we'll come back to this when it comes to like content creation, because content creation, a lot of people think that if you stop doing things, right, you're gonna fall off. It's just not true though, right? But more on that later. Because besides, yeah, weird noises like birds or whatever. Besides the 10 tips I'm giving you right now about climbing, I'll also answer some questions in the comments, of course. Because why not? So yeah. Now let's take this example of taking a break. Let's put it. Let's talk about it when it comes to running. So I got injured while running a few times, 2-3 times, but only one of them was like actually like really bad. Basically before my race, like a month before my race, my Achilles tendon on my right leg just, started to hurt. It swelled up, so I couldn't run anymore. It was painful. I mean, I could, but it would hurt a little bit. It would be uncomfortable. It felt as if my shoes were too small. My right shoe would be too small. But my race was coming up in a month, right? I think I'm supposed to go here. Yeah, there's the markers. I remember this U-turn. I do have memory. So I just took a break. Can run a little bit here. Took a small break. Because even though I had the race coming up in a month, and if you stop, you lose fitness, right? If you take a break from running, you're just not that good at running anymore. And that's a fact. Same with league, by the way. But it's better to stop now so you can come back strong after you recovered, after you're not burnt out, after you're feeling fine. So when you're back, you just pop off and finish the race, finish your climb, or whatever, play the game. And that was very smart to do. Because if I didn't stop, yeah, maybe I would be in better fitness for the race, but there's a very high chance, probably guaranteed, that I would not have finished the race. No shot. With an injury like that, nah, no way. It's also dangerous because, not actually dangerous, there were a ton of people, volunteers. I would be fine, right? We had Salvamont, is what it's called in Romania. I don't know about other countries, but you have dudes, manly guys, that save people in the mountains, in their gigachads, and I wasn't worried about anything because of that. Well, maybe I was worried about bears, because this is bears country, but that's whatever. Bears, I feel like if you go inside the car and you just drive and you're fine, you don't mind it, then you shouldn't be afraid of bears. Especially if you make noise like me right now, just yapping non-stop. I also have a whistle I could blow, but I don't want to break your ears. So yeah, let's go to the next tip. After I blow my nose, because let's see, because it do be cold. I don't know if it's getting warmer or I'm getting warmer, maybe both, but yeah, the temperature right now feels perfect for running for me with my equipment. Yeah. Oh yeah, another thing guys, don't litter. You take this napkin and you put it back in your vest and you just bring it back home. That's the nice way to do it. Okay, just be careful. Oh yeah, next tip I forgot. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I don't want to like walk and look at my phone or run when I look at my phone because I could easily trip and fall over, suck. Let's see. Number 6, take care of yourself. Good sleep equals a well-rested buff. Good food equals well-fed buff. If you played video games like Valheim before, you know exactly what I mean. So I know these tips that I'm giving you are not, hey, look at this game, there's gameplay in your face, this is what you should do here, and so on and so on, do this and that. This is more outside the game tips, because I feel like if you don't do proper things outside the game, while you play, you just won't be able to perform no matter what. You just won't be able to. So first you need to clear your mind and do outside the game things properly to set yourself for success later on. And sleep and diet and exercise, I guess, right? Where do I go here? That's more steep, that's less steep. Let's go on the less steep one for now. And if I need to, I'll just go back down, no big deal. Although, I don't know, I probably should have loaded a map, because I have a map and a trail with the trail and everything on my watch, but I just didn't load it, because yeah, I thought I would be fine, because I've been here before, but maybe I'm regretting it. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go to here. I don't really remember this. I don't see a marker, so let's see. But yeah, you should definitely prioritize your sleep. Right now my schedule is, first of all, I use like Google Calendar or my phone for reminders and stuff. And when it's 23:59 late at night, I have a notification saying sleep. That's exactly when I just turn off my PC and I just go get ready for bed. That's what I do. Yeah, I think I'm not going the right way. I don't see any markers. Or am I? I mean, let's keep going for a while. What could go wrong? Let's see. I don't mind going back. It's completely fine. I know I took a right here. Go look behind me. I took a right here. So don't forget. Very important to look behind you as well when you go in places like this. Because if you need to go back, it's completely different. The trail looks completely different backwards. So, gotta be careful. Where the hell am I going? Let's see. I should merge, because the other path went right. And right now I am towards the right. So if anything, this should merge. And it's just a less steep place. I think that's how it is. Let's see. Let's figure it out. I'm learning the trail, which is good, because I like running here. The only reason I don't run here more often is because it's not very easy, right? It's steep and everything. Also, it's like 2.5 kilometers away from my house. Yeah, there's a marker right here on the tree. Yeah, so it's the correct way, but the long way. So I don't have to go here where it's steep. Okay, you learned something. Anyway, this is a bit more runnable. Let's go. So, at 12 in the night, I shut down my PC at the latest. Tonight I did it at like 10 p.m. I went to bed early because I wanted to be rested for today, right? I slept really well. And I wake up at 9 a.m. every morning, right? So I go to bed at 12. It's gonna take me a while to fall asleep. Bedtime routine, whatever, you know. And you can't really fall asleep instantly, right? It's gonna take a while. So I give myself like an hour of leeway to just chill in bed, watch some YouTube and eventually fall asleep. It works really well. I wake up at 9 a.m. Honestly, the last few days I went to bed early and I woke up earlier than my alarm, which is very cool. And every day when you feel good and you sleep well, it's an amazing day. But if that's not true, it's not amazing. And I know that because I've been to college before, and I was walking all the time in college, and even if I were to take public transport, it would still take me almost an hour to reach my college. When it's busy, more than an hour, honestly. So I had to wake up at like 5 a.m. to just make sure I'm in time, do my morning routine, do everything, set everything up. I couldn't really wake up later if I want to have breakfast and everything. So in the days where I did go to bed later, because I just wanted not to play video games all day. I didn't want to just work on college stuff non-stop. I want to stream, to make content as well. So I didn't always go to bed early, and I can't really fall asleep that early anyway. It's impossible for me really to fall asleep before 10 p.m. I just can't, especially when it's not winter, because it's day outside, right? It just doesn't work for me. And because of that, I was very sleep deprived. I wasn't sleeping too well in college, not at all. 5 hours was a blessing, honestly. 5 hours was good. It's so nice that I can actually hear the birds. It's so nice, it's so peaceful. Hopefully you can hear them. And dogs everywhere, of course. We all love dogs. So, yeah, focusing on your sleep is important. I cannot play League properly if I don't rest well. Believe me, I tried. You just don't perform well. That's it, it's that simple. And also, you need to eat well. And I don't mean eat a lot. That's what I mean. I mean, you should really like take care of your diet. Eat, proper food. Don't eat too much. Don't starve yourself. Because right now I keep it short. My streamers 4 hours and then I stop. And because of that, I can eat before the stream, and then when I'm done, I can eat again. So I'm not hungry. Right? Because if I get hungry during the stream, you know it. I've been there a lot of times, especially last year. If you've been to my streams, I always complain how I'm hungry, but I don't want to stop to take a break. I want to keep going, and that was not good. It was not good at all. So, make sure you just properly eat, and you don't starve yourself during your activity. And also, I have a couple fruit bars with me that I'm going to eat if I get a little bit hungry to have some energy. Honestly, I could eat one right now, but I think I'm supposed to go here. I have the markers here, but I want to reach a flat place a bit first, and then I'll eat one. Let's see, because having energy is important, and it's not just for your body when it comes to running. If you play League while hungry, you're just not going to perform as well. Another thing that influences how you play. And another thing is fitness. It's also important. Like, after I run here and I come back home and play League, I'm gonna be fresh. I'm gonna be feeling so good because I stayed up on my feet. I was running all day, and now I finally get to sit down, relax, and play League of Legends. Like, I just play better. Like, legit. Exercising is so overpowered, so underrated. And understand it's not fun all the time. Same with League, it's not fun all the time. And this is the next tip I'm going to give you. You need to find a way to make League fun for yourself. You need to play the game and enjoy it. Because if you don't, you are not gonna do it. This is a bit dangerous. If this falls on me, at least it's on camera. So it's gonna be good content. Okay, it's fine. Let's turn around. I want to show you how it looks. I didn't see it properly, but yeah, that's barely holding on. There's a chance we're gonna see this fall in the next few weeks when the snow starts to melt and the log starts to unfreeze. There's a very high chance actually. Oh, cool stuff. Anyway, so how to make league fun? First of all, try to have some sort of schedule, right? Play when you're rested. Play where you can perform. Otherwise it's not going to be as fun. Then you should play the champions that you like to play with the items that you like. Of course there's a limit to it. You shouldn't pick Yumi ADC. You shouldn't play Yumi with crit and so on. You shouldn't play Kraken Slayer on Jinx because it doesn't give crit, right? But you want to stick to your own champion pool. Being a meta slave, in my opinion, is very bad at all levels of play, including high elo. I mean, there's so many OTPs running challenger, it's insane, right? So it means you can do it as well in lower elos. If you like Jinx, you should play Jinx and not switch off Jinx all the time. Momentarily, yeah, you can, again, if you're not having fun with your champion right now, you can momentarily switch and play something else. That's completely fine, I did it myself. But then eventually just come back to your own champions, right? And it's more fun that way. Because if you just play something for a meta, even if you might climb, you're just not going to enjoy yourself. So long term, playing meta just doesn't make sense. It's not fun, not good. Also, you need to remember that meta shows what is, not what can be. Right now, meta on Jinx is to go either Kraken Phantom or Yuntal Infinity. And that's what people do. But I go C4 for second after Yuntal first. Or I go Stormraiser first into Shieldbow in some games. And that's not meta. But in my opinion it's better. And that's showing what can be. People don't know yet. But if you look at LoL Analytics, I actually checked. Hopefully it's the same. C4 for second on Jinx now is actually increasing in pick rate over the last week. And it's beating Infinity at second in win rate. Even though it has less games. That's because, honestly, I believe that I had an impact. I show you what I'm doing, people are trying it, it works for them as well. And slowly but surely, I think it's going to become the new meta. We'll see, right? Depends on pro players, because if pro players keep building Kraken, you can't do anything. People listen to pro players too much. I know they're good players, but it's a bit different to play solo queue compared to pro play. Competitive, it's a bit different, right? So some things they don't do as well as an OTP that's very high elo might, right? That's the reality. I'm not talking about myself necessarily, I'm talking about a lot of other people, a lot of other champions, right? But when you see Hansama not by Lord Dominic's against Cassante, right? You just get worried. Sorry, no hate. I just thought it was funny because it was such a big meme. It was funny. So yeah, you need to figure out ways to make it fun. Play what you like, don't play meta, enjoy it. And when it comes to running as well, I need to blow my nose. When it comes to running and exercising, right? Because League is a video game, League is fun, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you have bad games, it sucks to play. And that's when you should take a break. But besides that, you know, it's kind of fun to play League. But running, it's hard to make running fun for a lot of people. To me, I feel like I always think long term, not short term. So because of that, I know the benefits of running. I know how good it makes me feel because I'm doing it and I feel amazing. Nothing hurts. And yeah, temporarily maybe it's gonna hurt because I'm climbing and my muscles might hurt a bit. But it's part of the fun. Gotta grind, otherwise you won't be able to do anything. So what makes running for me, honestly, is experimenting with new things. Right? So first time climbing in snow, I almost couldn't make it on the first part of the hill. I almost just couldn't climb that first part. Like it was so embarrassing. When you thought I could, I bet at the start of this video, when you saw me struggle with that first part of the climb, you started to think, man, this guy he's not making up that mountain. He will not climb it, no shot. And look at me, I'm climbing it slowly. A bit hard to run in these conditions because my shoes are trail shoes. They're not made for snow necessarily. And am I going the right way even? Yeah, there's a mark right here, you see? So I'm going the right way. This part, I remember this part. This part has a lot of like roots from these two trees and you have to go between them. It's so fun when there's no snow. You see, this is the first root, like that. Right? This is from this tree, it's so cool, it's epic. But you can't see it much because of the snow. But yeah, it's steep, with snow it's a bit hard to climb. But again, it's fun, it's enjoyable. So yeah, doing challenges, very fun. Just climbing something when you run, fun, right? Running longer than usual, fun. Just getting there and outside and running. I don't know, to me it feels fun. Because I like moving around, I don't know. Because when you're a kid, doesn't everybody when they're a kid just run around everywhere, hop around, you know, do stupid kid stuff. But when they become adults, suddenly, oh, you need to behave in a certain way, have good manners, you can do this, you can't do that. And it's been an hour already, oh my god, since I left the house. Damn, I'm not even up yet. Oh yeah, let's not forget. It's important. Let's just eat a little bit. I need to get one of those bars down. Just, you know, just a standard fruit bar, you see. Alesto it's called, not a sponsor. I don't have any sponsors. Except I'm part of the WTL League Academy, Bot Lane Academy. And you can join, check link in the description, yippee, plug, yay. But you can see the first ridge there, right? So I'm almost up. I'm almost up there. Usually when I run and eat, I run and eat at the same time to save time. But because I have poles, I can't run and eat at the same time. It's just not doable. There's one downside of having poles, but without poles, it would have been so hard to climb this. So yeah. Okay. Let's take this, fold it, back in the pouch it goes. I almost lost my sticks in the snow. Imagine if my sticks were to fall down there. That would suck. That would suck a lot. Thankfully I have it. Is there snow on the camera? No. I'm gonna wipe it, just in case. So I remember in one of those videos I made, there was snow on the camera, on the lenses non-stop. And it looked really ugly. But it's not snowing right now. But there is snow falling off the trees, so, you know, there's a chance there's snow on it. So yeah, figuring out a way to make the games fun or your activity or running fun. It's not easy, but it's so rewarding. We just don't care. Again, you don't care about what other people think, you just do your own thing, it's fun. Okay, let's go next tip. Next tip. Alright. Nah, stop it. Okay. You need to figure out, okay, never mind. Turn chat off if you want to perform. And this actually has to do with running as well, believe it or not. Because every tip I'm giving, I wanted every tip to be able to be applied in running as well. Which was a bit difficult, but not that difficult, honestly. So, let's talk about League first. Turning chat off in League. Go to your settings, you go to interface, and you change chat visibility to pre-made only. Trust me, it's the best decision you're ever gonna make. Because if you read chat, I talked about this in a previous running down episode, you just won't be able to focus on the game properly. This is the reality. This is what it is. Because you read chat, even if it's positive, you just took your eyes off the map and off the game and your mind off the game to read a message that's not helpful. And even if the message is helpful, like short term, sure, you're gonna make the right decision because an ally called it, but long term, you learn nothing really out of it. So you still want to make your own decision and trust yourself more than teammates. You cannot climb otherwise, it's not possible. So keep that in mind. Chat is a distraction, you want to keep it off. And when you run, honestly, when you run, your chat should also be off. If you want to run and take it slow, like I am right now, and I'm yapping, I'm talking, it's fine, right? But if you're running and you're racing, if you're climbing in solo queue, you don't want to talk, you don't want to chat, you want to lock in and focus. What you do matters, right? And in running with somebody is fun, but talking is hard when running. So you shouldn't chat with somebody if you run. And if you run by yourself, you can run in your own pace. And this is why duo queue, even though it's fun, duo queue is not the best strategy to improve at the game. Solo queue I think is a bit better because it's about you. And yeah, here we have a cave. This is a cave. See, that's the cave right there. That's the cave. And a bunch of graffiti because I need to make graffiti here and say Jinx was here. That'd be funny. But I dislike graffiti in nature. On the buildings, whatever, right? If it looks good, it's cool. But on buildings and cliffs like this, if you write on the walls, on the stones, bro, what the hell, man? It's so annoying. Shouldn't do that. That's not cool. Oh my god, we're almost up. Because this cave is almost up. This is the last climb actually. That's the top. You can actually see there's no more trees there. Hopefully, I hope the camera is angled properly. I don't know. When I'm climbing, I don't know if the angle is good or not. Hey, I'm experimenting. We'll see if it's good or not when I upload this. Okay, next tip, number 9 I think. Solve the other issues you have in life so you can focus on your activity or you won't be able to perform. This kind of goes with the sleep and other things situation. But at the same time, I had so many people asking me life advice as well, which is interesting. And many people like want to quit their job, want to find a new job, do something else and so on and so on. And they just have those things on their mind constantly. They do things they don't like constantly. And how can you even focus on what you like when, for example, right now I'm just climbing this. How can I focus on climbing this on a Wednesday at like 11 a.m. or whatever it is right now if I have a job I hate and that's not flexible and I need to be worried about being back to my job and you know it's annoying, right? Or I come back home, there's a problem that's not fixed and it's annoying me, and how the hell am I gonna enjoy my run? How the hell am I gonna enjoy my league games if I just think about other things that are not the game or the activity itself? So you need to be very careful because you can't perform, you can't do what you like properly and with your full attention until you just solve the other issues you have going on in your life. It could be many things, right? To be honest, I feel like I'm blessed because I had a chill life for the most part, you know. I had my issues here and there, but I can't complain about anything, to be honest. I think I have very good spawn RNG. I consider myself lucky. But even then, the issues I had, I just fixed them and now it's much better. It's so cool. So I definitely recommend doing that. I know it's not easy, but you should do it at least like one step at a time. At least try to fix everything. Because if you don't even try, like, right? Why are we doing this in the first place? Okay, this is the last tip I have to show you. So we are going to move on to comments. And we are so close to climbing here. This is the last step, last few meters. Last thing is ask for help if you don't know something. The league community is huge and many communities exist out there about anything really. So if you ever struggle, you have issues, you are doing everything from the previous 9 steps, 9 tips, you're doing everything or at least trying to, and you still can't get results, you can't perform, doesn't feel great, you should not be able to, you should be able to get some help. You should ask for help. Asking for help doesn't make you weaker. It makes you stronger. So don't hesitate, right? I, for example, it's funny, even though I'm a coach, I coached somebody from Master Elo yesterday, and they told me how to do Gene Ultimate. They gave me tips about how to do Gene Ultimate. You know, I'm supposed to be the coach, right? And I didn't know, I asked for help. Hey, I'll do this. Good stuff, right? Yeah. I learned something now. I asked for help. That's cool. I didn't let the ego beat me. And oh my God. You see those mountains right there? Yeah. Hopefully. So right now I want to go to the left, but around to the right. There's like a path that's a bit weird. To go next to a radio tower. This is the place I'm going to take you. Next to a radio tower. It goes hard, I promise. But now because we're on flat terrain, I can actually run a little bit. Well, I want to see how much elevation do I have. Let's see. 566 is my elevation right now. I don't know. So I climbed like 500 meters, yeah. Not 500, sorry, 300 meters. Total ascent 307. I found the thing on my watch. I don't know if you can see or not. 307 ascent. Lap time distance timer, 1 hour 25 kilometers. Good stuff. Anyway, so I can actually run right now a little bit. Unless I find something like this, in which case we know the technique now with the sticks. Right? Finally, like you run. Like I like hiking and climbing and stuff, but running is fun. And combining running with hiking is such a cool thing, because there are parts of the trail where it's very hard to run, it's steep and so on. You don't want to run. There are other parts where it's just empty. The ground is clear, and it's just you want to run sometimes. But if you don't have, sometimes you just don't feel like it. Well, most people don't feel like running, even though they can, honestly. So let's go. This is okay. This is exactly where I went. You see? I hear dogs. It's annoying. Should be fine though, hopefully. Look at this. It's exactly. You see those mountains in the distance? There's one over. I'm trying to look at the camera. The sun over there somewhere is where I went for my half marathon. That was like the place where we had to turn around from. And there's mountains on the left right there that look huge. And it's just so beautiful that during the winter you can actually see so much. So yeah. Now let's go further. Now I want to go left. And I hear dogs barking from there, but it's fine. Let's just go. We have to do it. Right, so now I have to follow these. There's like car marks here, tire marks, people with jeeps, I think. So I only was here once, because during my marathon, my half hour, I went towards there, right? That was the path. This is where I came from, and now I'm going to the left, not to the right. And I only was here once, by myself, during the summer. It was chill. Only found some cows, no dogs, thankfully. My stick got stuck. Okay, there's branches here after all. And okay, this is oddly familiar. This looks like the DLC area from where I usually run. Branches on the left and right, but it's actually a bit worse. Alright. So yeah, asking for help. You want to ask help, because it's hard to do everything by yourself. And asking for help is cool, because there are so many communities out there right now when it comes to league in particular. For example, the WTL community that I'm part of. Like, it's so cool, you can just go and, for example, if you have a question, I don't know how to use sticks here. If you have a question about the team fight, hey, did I fight properly here or not? You just ask it. And I could put my sticks in my quiver, but I don't want to do it. I do have a quiver for a reason, I could put them there. But yeah, when you wanna, you have a fight that happened. You don't know if you played the fight properly, if you spaced properly. you just post a clip. We have a channel called, it's called VOD questions, right? You just paste a clip there and say, hey, how could I play this better? And then a coach will just reply to your message in video form. It's so cool, right? Here's just one example of a way you can get help in the community. Or you could get coaching, or if you don't want to join like a paid community, because the WTH League is paid after all, you could join another community like the BBC, the Broken by Concept podcast. They have a school community. It's free. You can just ask any question you want there. You can join Discord channels, anything. You just, get some help, for free. People are going to help you out. Most league players, in my opinion, are very nice and are very willing to share their knowledge. Knowledge in league is not a secret, right? It's nice to be able to share it around the community, the place, and see everybody grow together. I think that's really cool about league, honestly, compared to other communities. But I got a tweak to my face. That sucks. And this road is sucks to run on this one, honestly. It really does suck. But in a way it's also kind of fun. I hope there's no doggies. This is like the last thing I want right now. You need dogs. So I can actually run a little bit. I'm gonna get over to the comments because I have some comments I want to answer. But I'm gonna do it on the way back. Although I could start right now as well, but I gotta pay a bit more attention here. There's a road to the left here. I went there last time I was here. That goes down. We wanna go here. Follow this. Let's see. Am I going the right way at all? Where the hell am I going? I could bring up a map if I need to. But let's see if I actually need to. Right, where the hell am I? Let's see. Oh, I see. I went the wrong way, I think. Okay. I went the wrong way a little bit. As you see, there is the radio tower. So it's supposed to go like that. There's a path there. So maybe I'm supposed to take that path down. Huh. Because here I'm going somewhere else. Towards those mountains. There's those mountains there look so cool. I love this place. I'm surrounded by mountains everywhere. Mountain. Like it's so amazing. I'm so happy I'm here. This is how you make your activities fun, right? Through ways like this. Let's go back. I'll go to the radio tower because you can see the city. Because now I'm going away from my city, right? I didn't plan to go too far today, especially because I don't have a lot of food with me. Only brought 3 of those fruit bars, and that's not enough to sustain me for more than like 2 hours. So, okay, I think I either go through here, or let's try here. If not, I think I need to go left sooner. There's a leaf, okay. Let's try here first. So maybe I didn't find this path, because I don't think I was here actually before. So maybe this path is undiscovered. Let's see. There's no tire marks. It's only footsteps here. I need to take it slower because it's slippy. I see dog marks. It's funny. Alright. Where am I going? Does this look like the right path? I think I'm going on the right path. Actually. Okay, looking at this, I think this is where I usually went, on here, but nobody walked on this one. and then I would unite with this one. Let's see. I think, oh my god, you can see the city on the left, barely through the leaves. The cool part is that during summer, when I went here last time, you can't actually see very far. The view distance, your horizon is limited because of the air and everything, whatever, physics. But during winter, the render distance is uncapped, unless it's foggy, which is, right now it's completely uncapped. I can actually see the mountains beneath my city, which I never was able to see before. So that's so cool. So where's the radio tower? I think I'm going the right way. I should be. Alright. And running in the snow is draining. Jesus. It's also fun. The wind is picking up. There's something on the right. That's where I saw the cows, I remember. Hopefully dogs are not home today. I mean, there's footsteps, so somebody was here. It makes sense if there's a radio tower. I mean, that radio tower probably needs maintenance from time to time. And the easiest way to reach it is through the way I came from. I guarantee that. It makes sense. If you were to look at the map, you would know. But yeah. Let's see, and now I remember this perfectly, because this is a road. And when I came here the first time, I remember this hill down here, then up and down again. This is exactly where I came out from last time, even though there was no path. You can start to see the radio tower now. Nice, let's go. Yeah, exploring is fun. Because when you play a video game like Minecraft, Hytale nowadays, any game in general really, exploring is one of my favorite things. You just pick a direction, you go with an objective in mind or not, and you just see what happens. I feel like that's so cool, honestly. Because running in the city, for example, you know all the streets, you know all these places. It's more about how fast you run, how often you run, how will you perform and so on. Right now, for me, it's all about the exploration aspect. Let's go to the radio tower and let's yap while we do it. And I don't need to worry about my time, my speed. And that's so fun, honestly. I can just take my time, run when I want to. Like right here, I love running here. Look at that, holy. Oh my god. Like I just have to stop every now and then and just look and hydrate. This is just so beautiful. You can see so far away. All the mountains are visible. Literally all of them. And that's where I climbed, up there somewhere. It's so cool. Anyway. I need to be careful to not get snow in my shoes right now. I already got some, honestly, on my right one just now. So I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Alright. And now slowly I can start to turn left and look at the city. So look what I see to the left. That's where I came from. But there's still trees in the way. I'm gonna go get a better spot. But even temporarily, just wanna take a look at this. Epic. Yeah, it's honestly one of those things where then the wind is blowing. In real life, it just looks so much better than on camera. And this is why, like, yeah, I mean, you can look in Google Maps, Street View, like any place in the world, basically, most of them, whatever. And it's like cool, you can see the Eiffel Tower, but it's not the same compared to if you go there physically. Like, it feels way different. It's so much different. Yeah, this is the radio tower I was talking about. Aha, found it. And I also went left now on this path the last time to get a better look at the city. Or should I do it now? There's no footsteps. What happens if I go a bit further? Don't want to get too close to it. I could just YOLO it down. There are footsteps here though. The snow is actually deeper here than below. But it makes sense, it's higher up, right? Yeah, the only way I'm gonna get a good look. Yeah, let's follow the other path. Let's turn around. And let's go around. I wonder how deep the snow will be there. Because the shortest road is the road you know. So let's just go around. And let's see what we can do. Because I really want to see the city from here during winter. Because winter is almost over. Although you never know, it might not be almost over, judging by how much snow we already have, and this is going to take a while to melt, because it's still bloody cold, below freezing. So, down here, to the left, let's see. If I take it slow, it's working actually quite well. Alright. I'll go in the middle of it. You can tell there are tire marks here, right? Damn, this snow is so cool. Because it's like crystals and everything. Wow. That's it. This is epic. And my feet don't feel cold, so it's perfectly okay to do this. If I were to feel cold, I would stop instantly. But it's okay. And also my shoes are not waterproof, which means if I do get snow inside them and I just run the way I came back, the snow will melt into water, the water will evaporate eventually. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, this is good. A bit steep here, but I do have sticks. Alright. Sheesh. It's gonna be fun to come back up. It always is. Okay. I don't know how much battery my camera still has. It said it should have like around 4 hours, but during the cold, below freezing, alkaline batteries always don't last as long. Okay, now let's follow this game trail, this dog trail, I guess. I think this is dogs, or maybe a fox. It could also be a fox. No shot a cat. But it's a light dog because they didn't really sink that deep, so it might be a fox. There's a little, what I found to be cool here is the fact that there's a little hobo. Look, I should say hobo thingies. Somebody, you can sit here, there's a bench, it's so cool. And after, let's go a few more meters ahead, and then we're gonna turn left, and we're gonna see the whole city. Look at that. Holy moly, it was so worth it. And I can kind of tell you exactly where I was at the start. Actually, that's true. I'll show you exactly where I was at the start after I come to the ledge. Alright, perfect. Let me get rid of some snow so I don't stay inside the snow in my shoes. Okay, perfect. So, put my sticks in. Alright, I have like less than half battery. It's fine, even if I don't make it all the way. So look at those mountains. I'm surrounded by mountains. There are mountains. There you already saw those mountains in that part, because now we went left. And there's mountains there as well. It's just, this is just epic. It's so cool. And I came from, so there's the cemetery. You can't see too well. I'm not gonna zoom in. I came from that street over there. You see that? Stop blocking the screen, there you go. This one right there, the straight one like that. I think I'm pointing to the right thing. That's where I came from. And I live on the other side of the city, somewhere. Not saying where. You can actually, I can see, but you probably can't see the river. It kind of goes, let's see, the river where I run next to, it goes like that. Just like the river, I think. Yeah, you can see the bridge kinda that I showed you. Yeah, it's cool. And the cool part is that this is Romania. Over the river is Ukraine. I don't think I ever mentioned that. That over there is Ukraine. Those are the mountains in Ukraine, in like southwest Ukraine. So yeah, I can't wait for the war to be over, so I can actually go past the border. Because imagine I live in this city. On this side I have this big mountain. On the other side is another city and hills and mountains. And I never went there. I was never able to explore. Because when I was in high school I didn't do anything crazy like this. Parents would probably not approve. But now I don't need their approval and I can do whatever I want. And also, now there's a war for like 4 years. So even if I want to go, I don't want to go in a country where there's a war, because that doesn't sound like a good idea, right? But when it's over, I'm going to explore that part. And I'm taking you with me. So let's go back. I could sit here all day and watch this. But I don't want to stay too long, because what I can do is don't spend long, so I want to come back here, right? Same with League, the less you play, the more you want to play. The less you sit here, the more you want to be here. But this is just beautiful. So anyway, question related to optimization on jinx. Let's imagine I bought Yunta and sitting on one item. What's the best component to buy next while going for the second item? Should I prioritize Crit Cloak or Longsword, BF, whatever? Okay, so this is a good question, because many times you just buy Yunta, let's say you want to buy maybe Infinity Edge, maybe C44, whatever item second, right? And you have options. You could, let's say, buy a pickaxe or a Crit Cloak. What's better, right? What is better, a pickaxe or a Crit Cloak? Because you need to remember the fact that, and I'm just going to follow my own steps, the fact that this snow is so cool. Oh my god, look at these crystals. Oh my god, look at these crystals. Oh my god. It's so cool. Oh, anyway. So cool. So Crit has been buffed, and because of that, Crit Cloak purchases are just better than average than before, right? So Crit Cloak, if you buy it, you should be happy, because before, let's say I went Yunta first item into Infinity second, and I recall with 600 gold. Yeah, I bought a Crit Cloak. 15% of the time I might hit a bit harder, right? But now you buy a Crit Cloak, 15% of the time you deal double damage. Oh my god, it's like much better. It sounds better, it's nice, it's cool, it's epic. So if you can afford Crit Cloak, you should buy it, right? If you need to choose, let's go over some cases. If you need to choose between one Longsword and one Crit Cloak, you should buy one Crit Cloak. Also, it's more expensive. You spend more gold. Spending gold is good. Then, if you need to choose between one Crit Cloak or two Longswords, because you recalled with 700 gold, right? You should buy two Longswords. You spend more gold, and on top of that, you get 20 AD. 20 AD is definitely better than 50% crit, unless maybe you have Infinity. But even then, AD increases your W damage, your ultimate damage if you play Jinx, for example, right? So, it's nice. And the way to really look at this generally, you will want to spend more gold most of the time. And the raw stats are just better than combined stats if you play other classes. But yeah, let's go over the next example, which is, what if you need to choose between a pickaxe and a crit cloak? Well, the answer is very obvious. Pickaxe every time. Always go buy the pickaxe. I mean, you will buy so long swords, definitely gotta get a pickaxe. And what if there's another thing that could happen. If you go infinity second, then the wind is really picking up. Time to go down. What if you need to choose between BF sword and pickaxe plus crit cloak? Because that is actually a very good question. Because if you buy infinity second or third, whatever, yeah, you might have money for infinity, for a BF, and that's it, and a bit of leftover. Or you might instead choose pickaxe plus crit cloak, which is better, in my opinion, BF sword, because 15 attack damage is probably better than 15 crit chance, honestly. That's what I would say, especially if you have less than like 200 AD, then I would definitely go for the AD. And AD is better. And also, if you don't buy BFs for this recall, you buy pickaxe cloak. Next recall, you might have not enough gold for a BF sword. So if you can afford BF, you should buy it. It's also very cost efficient, very, very cost efficient, and you definitely want to buy it. Because next recall, then you don't have a lot of money, you can buy a pickaxe or a crit cloak, and that's it. Very cheap, very straightforward. You don't have awkward recalls. And honestly, something that's very cool this season, which is a bit underrated, not many people talk about that, the 7th slot you have. Most people think about the 7th slot as you can hold a 7th completed item, right? A 6th legendary item. And that's completely true. But at the same time, before you reach full build, you need to buy components. Infinity Edge has 3 components. If you buy Yuntal C44 and let's say you have boots and Doran blade, you can't hold all 3 components of Infinity. But this season, because boots go in the separate slot, if you buy Infinity third, you can afford all Infinity components without selling Doran blade. And that, in my opinion, is so good, so strong, so underrated as well. Because Doran blade is very strong. Doran blade costs 450 gold, but its actual value is more like 750. And that's just bonkers when you think about it. Alright. Oh yeah, the wind is super picking up. I'm not cold, by the way, this is fine. I feel like I dressed properly. Just a short sleeve shirt and this long sleeve running shirt on top of it. Because it's slightly below freezing, right? If I non-stop walking and so on, it's fine. Okay, let's hit another bar to have energy when I go down. And after this, I'm gonna go for the next question as well. Man, this is so cool. And something I want to talk about as well when it comes to giving you tips. Sorry that I'm eating and speaking at the same time. Is don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for somebody else. If you just want to do something, climb, play the game. Don't try to find a duo. Don't try to play with other people. Don't be afraid to play alone. I'm going here alone. In the snow, without the best gear. So what? It's fine, right? There's nothing to be afraid of. Well, there are things to be afraid of. But if I live in fear of what could happen, I shouldn't eat and speak. Yes, sit down. Almost choke really bad. Okay, water. I drank 750 milliliters. Good thing I brought 2 flasks, so I have another 750. My flask froze. Oh no. Okay. I learned something new. If you have 2 flasks when you run in this cold, below freezing, you need to drink from both at the same time equally. Because if you don't, the top of the water will start to freeze and you won't be able to drink anymore. Thankfully, it was only a little bit of ice. I was able to break it with my teeth, but damn, that was almost a problem because I can't melt. There's no shot I can melt the frozen ice right now that's in the water. I don't have any other water. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, don't be afraid to go alone. Just being alone sometimes is fun. Very cool. Am I going the right way? Yes, I should be. Okay. I mean, there's no other way to go. All the footsteps are here. So, okay, next question. Let's go. I have a few to get through. Not that many. Do you warm up before you play? This is actually a thing that a lot of people. This is interesting because the other day in the Bottling Academy, somebody asked me, and in Twitch chat as well. Somebody asked me, Tony, can you tell me your routine before you start playing? Because somebody told me Tony Rel does this routine before he starts playing. And I'm like, huh? What? I have a routine before I start playing? What? That's news to me. I don't know what you're talking about. So, to give an answer, I don't think I ever said that I have a routine that I follow. I never said that. And it was so surprising to see people thinking that I have a routine to do something before a game. Because before my games, I do absolutely nothing. I go to my PC, open my OBS, my stream manager, open everything up, start the start streaming button and queue up and let's go. That's it. Like, I literally do nothing. So, should I do something is the question. Honestly, before you ride your bike, be honest. Do you warm up? No. Like, I feel like I don't need to warm up before a league game. I feel like there's no need for a ritual. Because if you have a consistent schedule that you follow and you play the game consistently, what happens is your body automatically warms up. This might be bullshit, but this is what I believe what's happening. Because if you create a schedule for yourself, your body knows that around this time during the day, it's time to do things with your hands, to play League of Legends. So automatically, we'll kind of start to prep your arms and everything. And I believe this is true, because your brain is more powerful in regulating your body than you think. If you just know you need to do something soon that involves a part of your body, that part of the body automatically will like respond without you thinking about it, because your body does that for you the same. Your mind works with you in ways you don't even realize. It's crazy. Right, this is where we split the paths first time. Need to blow my nose again, and then we continue going through these napkins like crazy. Alright, camera should be clean. Is it still recording? Yes, good. This is also going to be a good test for the camera, to see how long it can record at 2K resolution, 60 FPS in sub-zero temperatures. Usually when people do running vlogs, for example, they like edit everything out. They don't record non-stop. They turn on and off the recording non-stop. So they don't really have that many issues with their batteries, right? Because they are just turning them off non-stop. And that's not the content I want to make. This is again a second monitor, you are driving the car content that you just listen to and not think about it too much. And every now and then there are interesting things happening on the screen, like in this episode when we reach the top and I show you the mountains. It's, you know, it's cool, but if you don't look at the screen, it's still okay. You can look whenever you actually can. You're available, not while you're driving, for example, right? You can watch this at home again in that part where I showed you something. So yeah, but mostly it's a podcast. This is basically a podcast when you think about it. It's just a man yapping to himself about League of Legends, or about the topic, in my case League of Legends, and running, I guess, but I'm not really making videos for the running audience, honestly. This video is for the League audience, because if I were to just run and not talk about League of Legends, I would not really be able to upload this on my channel. I mean, I could upload it, right? I can upload whatever I want, but it would make no sense. And I feel like I would betray you guys, because you clicked on this video, you are watching this video, you're watching me, you're watching my channel, maybe you subscribe to my channel because you want to see League of Legends content and Jinx content. And I completely understand that. And most people are not interested in my personal life. I mean, you can tell the views on these videos are lower than if you were to make a guide or something, right? So most people are here for the information. They want new information and so on. You have people kind of in between, maybe, that are willing to watch these videos, get some info and maybe see some cool places, but that's not most people, right? But it's completely fine. And I don't really care about how many views I'm gonna get on these videos. I will keep posting them. And you know why? And I'm not betraying you because of this. It's because, first of all, right, again, they are at least league related. The second of all, these videos are extra. Because right now, if I were to not make these videos, I would still be here today running this exact path. I would just do it a bit faster and not talk about it and not record it, right? That's like the only difference. So the rest of the content would happen anyway. Because after this run, what's the time, by the way? I ran for 2 hours, it's crazy. It's 12. I start my stream at 2. So I should be home by the time 2 p.m. is here. And even if I'm a bit late, that's fine, because I will also end my stream later. So I'm still gonna stream, I'm still gonna do my own thing and league related stuff just as much as before, even though I'm making this kind of content as well. And honestly, I'm making the other content more because what I'm doing right now hypes me up for it, prepares me for the content, and gives me confidence as well. So yeah, and keeping my body healthy is making me have more fun doing this while I'm talking, rather than just walking and nothing else. Alright, it's time to go back, guys. It's time to climb back down. It's gonna be funny. Guys, can you predict right now in the comments how many times will I fall on my ass while climbing down this mountain? It has to happen, right? It has to. Alright. Do you have any advice for upcoming content creators? Also, if you had to stop with either Twitch or YouTube, which one would you choose? That's an interesting one. I can talk about this all day, honestly. That's good, because I have time. I have nothing but time right now. So, advice for content creators. My advice is, I'll tell you actually how I started. You know how I started making content in League? You can just go to my channel, look at the oldest videos. I was just playing League of Legends, and sometimes, you know, I was making cool plays, I thought. Not that impressive, but we go left here. But I was playing some Riven, some Jinx, some something stuff, and I was getting some kills, maybe a pentakill, and because of that, I decided, hey, that was pretty cool. Let's just upload it to YouTube. And hey, while I'm doing that, let's just make a montage. Montages are fun. Let's try to do it, right? So I just, ever since the beginning, I had this urge to just create, right? So if you want to do things, basically the best advice I can give, or the thing I noticed when it comes to upcoming content creators, most content creators, they don't really ask for advice. They don't really ask for things. People that want to become a content creator, they don't, they don't do the research, they don't do everything. They don't do that. You know what they do instead? They're kind of like me at the start. I'm just gonna upload this to YouTube and see what happens. Do I get views? No, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep uploading. Whatever. I'm passionate about something, League in my case. I will just make videos about it, to maybe see if somebody else is interested. I want to share my experience with people, because I didn't really hang around with many IRL people during my high school years and during college, especially during college. So, especially because of COVID, and because of that, I just decided to share my stuff and what I was doing with the internet, because I can't really share with everybody IRL. And I felt lonely, so if you share online, you feel less lonely, right? It's cool. And that's what I did. I didn't really ask for advice anywhere that much, I didn't really think about things too much, I was just doing my own thing. And eventually this hobby of mine, because I was enjoying it and I was doing everything for fun, it became full time for me. And that's how YouTube and Twitch and content needs to be. You just need to do it because you like it. And if you like what you're doing, chances are a lot of other people also like what you're doing. But you can definitely tell, and a lot of people told me as well, not that many actually, but some people, before November and whatever last season, towards the end, before I took my break, I also looked at my streams back, and you know what I noticed? This guy is boring. This guy doesn't want to be here. He's not enjoying League of Legends right now. He's not enjoying the gameplay. He doesn't want to be here. He'd rather do something else. So, if you think about that, it makes sense that my viewership also dropped. It makes sense that I was enjoying the game. It makes sense that my content wasn't good, because I wasn't enjoying it myself either. And that makes complete sense. I need to slow down here, because if I fall to the left, that's not death, no, not even close to death, but I could break something. I could break a leg or hand. No, I'm never gonna die from this height, because it's not that steep, and there's snow as well. But it could be bad. But anyway, so you need to enjoy what you're doing when it comes to content. You need to like doing it. And then everything else, you can figure out after, you actually have some people that are interested, right? And basically, the way to do it as well, you need to do it for yourself. I'm doing this video, for example, for myself because I want to be able to look back where I was, where I ran during the winter, when I'm in the summer, for example, or I'm at the Easter table with my family, and we talk about things and whatever, and I want to show people, hey, look, this is where I ran. This was so cool. We go here. This is a cool place where I ran. Look at this, in the winter and everything. So I make this video for myself so I can use it myself, and if it's useful to me and it's cool and it's so enjoyable for me to look at it back and have fun watching it, chances are it's going to be very useful and enjoyable for a lot of other people as well. Not for everybody, because this is something very important as well when it comes to making content that I realized way too late, is the fact that content for everybody is content for nobody, and you should put that on a t-shirt. It probably is already, because if you make content for all the league players, you make content that has to go viral with crazy edits, you try to pull people in, crazy thumbnails and crazy ideas and all those cool things, because you're trying to copy the big creators, Mr. Beast, whatever, and all those guys and all the other big league creators in our case. It's just not gonna work for you. You need to find your niche, you need to find your brand, you need to do your own thing that you're passionate about. In my case, I like to play League of Legends, I like to play Jinx, I'm very positive, that's what I do. You need to be able to ask yourself, have an answer for why would somebody watch me? Give me 5 reasons why somebody would watch me. And I bet when you start out, I almost fell, I bet when you start out making content and so on, if you ask yourself why would somebody watch me, you're either not able to provide 5 things, or if you can, you're probably lying. You're probably lying to yourself. Yeah, that's what I noticed. So definitely just wanna be yourself. Don't be fake, be yourself, behave the way you behave off stream, the way you behave on stream. Of course, exceptions happen. Even myself, when I'm not streaming or recording in this case, I am different, right? Me in real life is usually a lot more quiet. I'm not outspoken, I don't really talk a lot, because usually the discussions and everything are not about league, yeah, and things I'm just passionate about in general. I'm gonna be careful, I wanna go past this very quick. Last thing I want is that to stomp here and that log to follow me. I could even go on my ass right now and just slide down this, honestly. Alright, so you gotta make content that you enjoy, otherwise nobody's gonna watch you. It's like the conclusion. Alright, I wanna go next question. Once I climb down this a little bit and I reach a flat area so I don't fall down again. Man, I'm gonna be honest, these tracking sticks, these poles are way more useful than I thought. Even when I'm going down right now, just put them like that in front a little bit, and then I just let them go past me, and then I push myself a little, and I catch myself a little bit when I'm going down, taking some of the weight from my knees. It's kind of overpowered. It's broken my concept actually. Right, we're on flat terrain. Next question. Drink more water. Right. How do you not care about losing LP? How do you never get tilted? That's a good one. I'm surprised it wasn't asked sooner. How do I never get tilted? How do I never care about losing LP? Honestly, it's very simple. I actually enjoy the game. You'd be surprised how many people behind the scenes, you look at content creators, we were talking about content creators. Look how many content creators, like they play the game so much and everything, but in reality they don't actually enjoy the game that much. And they are playing because they are addicted. They don't want to take a break because then their viewership would drop and all those things that they are thinking about, which is very toxic. So you need to actually enjoy the game. If you don't enjoy it, you have to take a break, do all the things we talked about. And once you enjoy the game, you don't compare yourself to others, basically do all those 10 tips I told you, you're gonna realize that suddenly, when something happens in your game, you don't automatically look for the culprit. You don't automatically look at what happened, whose fault it is, and so on. Instead, you look at the game, you look at the replay maybe, and you think, yeah, I could have done that better there. I could have definitely done a bit better here in this situation. Could have done that instead. I went for a fight on bot, and my support engaged on bot lane when my jungler was top side, and we had no vision bot side. And my support engaged. So it's the support's fault, I got baited by a support. Yeah, you can say that and be hard stuck forever. Or you could say, okay, my support engaged here, it wasn't good because of that, so it's definitely his fault. But at the same time, why did I follow if I knew, or I guess I didn't know, if this engage right now is bad? If this engage right now is bad, I need to know that in the next game. Look at the data, look at the information I have, the junglers, the vision, and with that information, then I need to make a decision if my support is to engage right now, I shouldn't follow. And maybe before my support engages, I should ping my support to back off. Because most people look at their supports engaging, and the engage is bad, and they never, before the engage happens, or even after the engage happens, they never ping the supports to back off. They never do. Also, let's go left here. I went through from the other way, the long way around. Now I'm going this way. Let's see if I regret it or not. Oh, this is steep. So yeah, it's always like, I never get tilted because I love the game. I always look at my mistakes. Teammates' mistakes, you know, when they make mistakes, I try to see, and I'm gonna think, yeah, this teammate here made a mistake. Yep. But I also followed in his mistake. I almost fell. So next time, I shouldn't follow my teammate when they're about to make a mistake. If they die, let them die. I don't need to die myself, right? And that's very important and valuable to know. Right. Damn, that was way shorter than the other path when I went here. You remember that? Damn. But it was steep. Anyway. But yeah, honestly, the game is fun. I play Jinx. Again, I play what I want. I have ways to enjoy the game. We talked about it already. And how can I ever get tilted? In a game where my objective is to kill the enemy nexus. If I do that, good. If not, cool. And if I feel annoyed, I have the option to just stop playing and I don't queue up next. Because most of you, not most of you, a lot of people, I want to say, because you guys that are watching are a bit different. Because the average league player doesn't watch my content. That's for sure, right? Remember, content for everybody is not content for anybody. My content is for only a niche amount of people that have patience and don't want their answer in the first 10 seconds of the video, right? So, a lot of people, I don't even know what I was talking about, honestly. Bro, my brain is fried. I'm gonna be honest, I just forgot. Okay. Well, that's just who I am. Sometimes I forget. Yeah, it's interesting that, like, if I were to tell my old self in high school and college, well, maybe not college, in high school, middle school, that I would become a content creator and I would be very good at talking like this. I've been talking for over an hour without a script. It's actually been 2 hours, what the hell. Without a script, without anything. Like, I would not believe myself because I was very shy and never introverted. I'm still introverted and don't like talking to people that much. So that's crazy, right? But yeah, I definitely, if I told my past self that I was going to be a content creator, I would have believed him, the current me. Because another thing about content creation is, if you don't believe you can do it, then you won't be able to do it, right? Being a content creator is hard. It's hard to become one. When you're one, it looks easy to do and everything, but behind the scenes, there's a lot more going behind it. And if you think only like a certain amount of people can do it, or like 1% of people can be content creators, so you don't even want to try, well, somebody that doesn't agree and somebody that thinks it's not all luck, they will actually be a content creator. And you won't, because they disagreed with you, right? So it's very important to trust yourself. Oh, it's those dogs to the left now, barking at me. Very nice. Let's go next question. It's strange that they don't remember me. They're still barking at me. Okay. 3 more questions. Okay. If you're new to the game and MOBAs as a whole, what is your recommendation for learning League and getting the hang of the control scheme? That's a very interesting question, honestly. Because after I blow my nose, being new at League is difficult nowadays. There's so much stuff in the game. When you think about it, and you can stop and think about it for a second. How do you even learn the game again? Now it's season 36 actually. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. 16 years of League. Wow. So if I were a new player, I'm thinking about myself in the past. What you need to do is just play casually for like the first year. You know, just go and play normal games, have fun. You can play ranked if you want, I guess, if you reach level 30, but play the game, play with your friends, playing with friends in general, and not just League, in other games as well. Playing with friends is a great way to like learn the game faster. Because you can just copy some of the things they do, they explain some things to you that might be a bit hard for you to understand and get by yourself right at the start. So that's very cool. And again, I would not worry about your rank. I would worry, if I were to start, having fun, trying out new champions, new items, new builds, runes, learning the systems, learn to control my character really well, right? And I would not worry about macro whatsoever at the start. Macro for new players is not the best. I can tell this from experience. I coached new players, I coached Iron players, and the biggest struggle I'm seeing for a lot of people is character controls, right? Because WSD is not in the game yet, in ranked at least. So controlling the character with your cursor like that is very difficult and unintuitive for a lot of new players. That's what keeps a lot of people away from League, honestly. So that's what kept me away from Path of Exile as well, until they introduced WSD in PoE 2. I talked about this already in another episode. So controlling your character is one of the most important things. Because especially if you play ADC. You play ADC, you pick a champion you like, just play that one champion, and you play this build that you think is good, and you just fight. You just learn to fight well, to position well, try to keep your distance away from the enemy, stay max range, move your character left, right properly with your mouse. You do that, and it suddenly the door is open for you to think about all other things about the game. But until you learn to control your character, you just can't do it. You really can't talk about macro and learn about macro until you first of all can control your character easily, right? Because then you just get overwhelmed. So first you want to be able to control your character. This is from experience, by the way. I was never like a macro player. I was always like a mechanical player. I played with my mechanics and so on and so on. And I reached Diamond Elo when I was hard stuck for the first time. My mechanics carried me to Diamond. That's it. And then, after that, for the next few years, I just focused on my macro instead. Game knowledge, fundamentals and everything else. And suddenly, I got challenger, right? And that's because, while focusing on macro, I already had a ton of experience with my character, with moving around, clicking, that I was able to put all my effort and focus into macro, and the gameplay is very similar. Because if you look at my old videos, when I play Jinx, for example, you'll be able to tell what the hell is that engine. I can't escape engines even here. I almost fell. Oh my god, I was so close to falling. Jesus. This is the right way. Has to be. So, yeah, if you look at my old videos compared to newer videos, when it comes to my mechanics, I actually move in very similar ways. My character moves in similar ways. I always attack move the same way. I kite kind of the same way. Just look at my old montages on the channel from many years ago. It's actually very similar, mechanically speaking. But macro-wise, yeah, you don't see macro in montages, that's for sure, which is very important. Bro, why do I hear an engine? Is this a chainsaw or is this like a motorbike? I honestly cannot tell. What do you guys think? Predictions in the chat right now, if I were live only. I don't think I have great signal here, to be honest. Actually, never mind. Wasn't I right next to a radio tower? Shouldn't I have great signal here? I don't know. Man, I'm somebody that, like, Industrial Revolution and everything was great, but man, can't we like switch to electric things already? Why do we still have to use the old bullshit engines that are loud and polluting and everything, right? I understand they're more practical, they work at cold temperatures, they're lighter, they don't rely on batteries and everything, but damn, you know, like, geez, which way do I go? Down here? Do I remember these trees? This is very steep. I think this is where I came up. I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna take my hands out of this. I might fall. This is where I came from, I'm pretty sure. I think I remember this. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and focus actually this time, this segment right here. I really don't wanna fall. Oh my god. Oh, I'm falling here, I just know it. Oh, I'm falling. Oh my god, I'm going sideways. Yeah, I don't have like snowshoes, and you can put like chains or whatever around your shoes, I think they are called, and they help you in the snow. I don't have that. I don't have good winter gear, to be honest. Oh, that's a handful of snow. Oh, I'm so falling here. Ooh. Oh my god. This is so fun, honestly. I'm going sideways a bit. I have to. I made it. Okay, I didn't fall. It was close. I didn't fall. What's the next question? I know there's an engine. I hope it's not too loud. The microphone should have noise suppression. Let's go next question. Two more questions actually. What do you do against Fed Naafiri? She just one-taps you with ult only and she has a very long range. So like, how do you play against that? So if you play Naafiri and you're jinx, and then we are going to talk about if you play against Naafiri and you're not jinx, because there's a difference. So if you play against Naafiri as jinx, what you need to do is place your chompers between you and the Naafiri, right? So if there's a Naafiri in front of you, you cannot attack Naafiri unless chompers are in between you and the Naafiri and the dog. Because if you do that, if she tries to dash on top of you with that long range thing, she just won't be able to do it. She just gets stunned in the chompers, that's it, you win. Now if you play a different champion that's not jinx, the way you do it is, without chompers, you instead stay away. Right? You just stay away. Let your teammates go, let Naafiri use her abilities on your teammates, and only then do you go. It's the same against assassins as well, right? But for this, we would have to see actual gameplay. I need to see a clip of you playing against assassin and how you do. Right? Because generalities in League are not very useful. You need to get very specific in League to be able to get good results in many situations. Otherwise, you just won't be able to do it. So yeah, okay, this is all right. This is where I fell down. Almost. We're getting there. Okay. Again, I need to shut up and focus. Oh my god. Oh shit, I always went on my ass again. I'm afraid I'm gonna break my poles if I do this. Don't wanna put too much pressure on them. Maybe I should just... I mean, the proper way to do this right now, the smartest way to do this without risking falling, is to fall first and then just crawl on my ass down. Right? That will be the easiest way. But man, I'm not accepting defeat. I'm not doing it. I found a dog. Look at that. Hopefully it's chill. It should be. Because I'm not running right now. I'm just going down slowly. Probably he heard me as well. Hopefully. Again, I don't have issues with most dogs. They're chill most of the time. But sometimes they do be protecting their territory. But this shouldn't be his territory. Because There's a lot of people walking here. Not that many, some people, especially not now. I mean, but the trail is, you know, people have walked this trail. You can see the footsteps. So, yeah, not on anybody's territory right now. Okay, last portion here, that's turbo steep. Or actually there's more, but, you know. Right. And I want to go for the next question right now. Let's go. Last question actually, and we're almost down. Actually, perfect timing. It's crazy how I like time. Is the camera still recording? Yeah. They are nerfing Mel. It's not a question. I just wrote they're nerfing Mel. Guys, right now I ban Mel every time. Everybody knows that. I just ban Mel every game. And what's funny is that they are actually reworking Mel. They are reworking here her, making her a bit less bullshit to play against. Her shield doesn't block all damage anymore. Finally, I never understood. You guys remember? I always talked about Mel in my streams and what they should change with her. It was always they should make it so her shield can only like reflect projectiles, but it shouldn't block all the damage. A melee champion should be able to turbo counter the Mel. It should be able to counter her so hard. That's how it should be. And then her E, you get rewarded for missing her E, because if you don't get rooted, you get slowed. If you get slowed as an ADC, you are dead. And then she can instantly aim Q at you, which is point and click, hit scan, and she always lands it, right? So it's bullshit. Playing as Mel is always very unfun and bullshit. They're changing some things to her. I don't know the exact things, but to be honest, I might keep banning her. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because she's so annoying. I hate her so much. Such a bad champion design, man. Like Riot Games does so many good things, but every now and then, right, they make mistakes. And that's completely fine, honestly. It's no big deal. Damn, this is the beginning of the... Oh my god, this is so slippery. Oh, I'm gonna fall here. I'm going in the snow. Yo, this is so slippery. This is why I was struggling at the beginning. Up top, it wasn't this slippery. I guess it's because it's... I don't know, actually. I guess not that many people go that high. Most people don't go as high, right? Most people don't even go past that cave, to be honest. Especially when it's this steep right now. And this slippery. But because more people are walking down here, the snow is more bunched up or whatever. So it's more slippery because of that. It's more fine or whatever. Man, this snow right here, compared to the snow up top, such a big difference. The snow up top, if you remember, you saw those crystals. Oh my god, it was so cool. But okay, I fell down. Honestly, happy that I didn't have my hands in my sticks, right? I didn't have the handles, I didn't use those. But yeah. Lunie complet, dar nu-i probleme, mai distractiv așa. De sus am venit, m-am descurcat. Asta e numai a doua oară când am căzut, e bine? E zăpada moale. Da, aveți grijă. Încetuc, nu-i grabă. Eu știam că dacă ți-l rupi, nu e mai rezistent, nu așa e? Eu știam că acolo se reface mai puternic, așa știam eu. Mai bine să nu picăm, nu? Dumneavoastră aveți experiență, nu ca mine. Nu-i bai, învățăm încet. Da, da. Alright, we made it. Back to the bridge. Only fell twice. It's good. O zi frumoasă! Alright. Battery is at 2%, actually perfect timing, 2%. I reached down. That's it for today. Answer questions, you know how to climb 1%. Okay, 131 minutes. That's gonna be a marathon. You're gonna watch a movie. Let's just stop before the battery dies. See you next time, guys. Bye bye, take care.